teaching is an essential component for quality learning. Therefore, improving teachers' quality becomes crucial for long-term sustainable nation building. One goal of the Philippines Professional Standard for Teacher is to apply a uniform measure to assess teachers' performance and identify the needs of students and provide support for professional development. The domain aligned with that goal is the Domain 5 Assessment and Reporting, which pertains to the procedures linked to the range of evaluation, instruments, and methods that educators employ to track, analyze, record, and communicate to the requirements, development, and accomplishments of their students. Additionally, this domain focuses on how assessment data can be used to improve and inform programs and processes related to teaching and learning. Overall, it concerns the teachers giving students the appropriate feedback regarding learning objectives and how the reporting cycle is informed by this input, which also helps teachers choose, set up, and employ reliable assessment and procedures. In this video, we are going to discuss the Domain 5 Assessment and Reporting by stating our observation in all the assessment tools used by our research teachers to measure the learning of their students.
Being familiar with a variety of assessment tools is crucial for educators as it promotes peer-to-peer learning, team building exercises, and active learning. They can be used to monitor student learning in real life and offer alternate means of assessment. Based on our observation, the resource teacher was able to use the different types of assessment tools under assessment for learning, assessment as learning, and assessment of learning. Assessment for learning is a teaching strategy that yields feedback students can apply to enhance their performance. It provides students greater control for their education, as this will increase their motivation and performance and aids them in recognizing their goals and comprehending the steps necessary to reach them.
Assessment as learning is a process that involves the student thinking about how they are thinking. The goal of assessment as learning is to assess students in recognizing their own thoughts and processes, known as metacognition, and making modifications to those thoughts and processes. As for assessment of learning, also known as formative assessment, which is an act of gathering and utilizing data regarding student performance and progress to enhance their actions. Students and teachers can monitor comprehension, pinpoint strengths and weaknesses, give comments, set goals for learning, and inspire growth with the use of assessment for learning. In conclusion, it's important to consider all these types of assessment as they play significant role in the teaching and learning process of both students and teachers.
In terms of how our resource teachers compute the learner's grade and what criteria they consider upon doing it, and how they report it in the students' parents, both of them answer that they compute the grades of their learners using the K-12 grading sheets template through following the DepEd Order Number 8 series of 2015 policy guideline on classroom assessment with a set of criteria such as written examination, projects and assignment, class participation, attendance, laboratory for science subject or practical work, quizzes, and periodical tests. As for the reporting the students' performance and grades to the parents, both of them said that before the start of the school year, there is a classroom orientation wherein all parents are gathered to discuss the process of computing grades and will give the report card to the parents quarterly wherein all the activities of their children's where activities and all of these documents must return with parent signature.
In education, evaluation is an important role within the teaching-learning process. It helps to create learning experiences, formulate objectives, and evaluation on the performance of the students. To evaluate it, teachers need to record the results of both formative and summative assessment because maintaining records, it allows teachers to monitor the students' academic progress by providing proof of their past and present performance. It also demonstrates how well students and teachers' chosen learning pedagogies and learning styles work together. Moreover, in assessing students' performance, there was a time limit for each learning objectives on each task that was assigned along with the lesson plan the teacher produced and the table of specification. Furthermore, aligning the task in the assessment tool in the intended learning outcomes is very important because learning objectives, instructional strategies, and teacher assessment were directly or closely connected so that will support one another to guarantee the kids learn what they are supposed to do. Also, it is important to provide the scoring rubrics in evaluating students' performance so that the students will have a guide in answering or doing the said task, and they will not encounter any difficulties in accomplishing it, and have an output needed in computing grades so that the teacher will not encounter challenges during the computation and reporting of the grades to parents.
As a millennial would-be educator, the assessment procedure can help us make learning more pleasurable and significant by advising and reminding the students to have faith in themselves and consider the knowledge they have acquired. We are aware that evaluation plays a crucial role in instruction since it establishes whether or not learning objectives are reached. The evaluation procedure is just one of several elements that affect students' development and progress. It is clear that all the teachers' attempts to improve results for developing students and learners' growth are important in today's world. Additionally, it is impossible to exaggerate the role that assessments play in children's growth because it is one of the factors contributing to their increasing knowledge. There are many ways to eliminate fear of assessment to our students. As a future educator, we will develop new approaches to students' assessments in order to reduce students' fear about it, especially in this new standard of instruction, like giving students engaging exercises. In order to prevent students from feeling overworked in this environment, we would base our assessments on what each kid needs, wants, and is capable of doing.
The solutions we could offer to address the challenges in evaluating students' performance and giving them feedback is firstly, offer them with genuine effort as a teacher to create a pleasant and a harmonious relationship with them. If teachers and students are on the same page regarding the desired outcome, then addressing concerns related to performance evaluation and feedback will be less complicated. Moreover, we will lay up a plan that will serve as our guide for the assessment, creating several evaluation instruments for the various student body. Furthermore, we believe feedback should be pertinent to the general development and progress of the students, and in order to appropriately grade the students, we have to maintain a record of their activities and outcomes.
Pamela Ann Albino.
I am Camila De Guardo.
I am Kimberly Laulita.
I am Crisadre Marian.
I'm Nathaniel John Mejia.
I am Jennifer Soriano.
I am John Marie Pagran.
And we are your future educators.